Good morning, students. Today we will discuss the question answers based on lesson 7 Events Rising O Level written by Colin Dexter. Now the first question is, what kind of a person was Evans? James Roderick Evans, that is the full name of Evans. James Roderick Evans was a jailbird. The prison officers called him Evans the Brave, as he had escaped from prison 3 times. At present, he was in a solitary cell in Oxford prison. He was quite a pleasant sort of chap, an amusing person who was good at imitations. He was not at all violent. He was just a congenital kleptomaniac. It meant he suffered from disease of involuntarily stealing things. This was the disease with which he was born. Now, next question. What were the precautions taken for the smooth conduct of examination? The solitary cell of Evans was changed into examination room by placing 2 small tables and 2 chairs in it. Reverend Stuart McClary, a pastor from St. Mary Magdalene, was to work as invigilator. The cell was to be kept locked from outside, and a prison officer would observe events from a peephole after every 2 minutes or so. All potential weapons such as knives, scissors, nail file, and razor had been taken away. Even the contents of the suitcase of the invigilator were thoroughly searched. The paper knife was taken away by the prison officer. The governor himself was to listen the conversation in the cell during the examination. The cell was in the D wing, which had 2 heavy gates, outer and inner. Both were locked securely. Mr. Jackson and the prison officer was in constant contact with the governor on the phone. So these were the precautions taken for the smooth conduct of examination. Now, will the examination now go on as scheduled? Now the answer is the 2-hour examination in O-level German was scheduled to begin at 9:15 a.m. on Tuesday, 8th June. However, it started a bit late at 9:20 a.m. Evans objected to the presence of Stephens, a prison officer, in the examination room, as it disturbed his concentration. Under the orders of the governor, Stephens was brought out of the cell. At 9:40 a.m., a correction slip was dictated to the candidate. At 10:50 a.m., Evans complained of bitter chill and made a request for putting a blanket round his shoulders. At 11:20 a.m., McClary informed Evans that only 5 minutes remained. At 11:22 a.m., Jackson called Stephens to the phone. The governor was on the line. Stephen was given orders to escort McClary to the main prison gates. The examination was over at 11:25 a.m. The door of the cell was locked on Evans after McClary had left the cell. Thus, examination went on smoothly as scheduled. Now, next question. Did the governor and his staff finally heave a sigh of relief? Now, the answer is the governor heard the door of the cell clang for the last time. The examination was over. Stephen escorted McClary to the main gate. His costume seemed broader, and he seemed to have grown slimmer under his long black overcoat. Stephens was happy that the morning had gone pretty well. In short, the governor and his staff finally heaved a sigh of relief. But their relief was, however, very short-lived. On returning to the cell of Evans, Stephens found a person sprawling back in the chair, and the blood dripped from his closely cropped front part of head on his small black beard and over the white clerical collar down into the black clerical front. Stephen shouted wildly for Jackson. It was suspected that Evans had kicked McClary and walked out impersonating him. A search began for Evans. Now next question. What request did Secretary of Examination Board receive from the Governor of Oxford Prison? The request was to create an examination centre in the prison for one candidate named James Roderick Evans. He had started night classes in O-level German last September, and he was the only one in the class, and said that he was keen to get some sort of academic qualification. The secretary agreed to give him a chance and promised to send all the forms and stuff. Next question. What inquiry did the secretary of the examination board make about Evans? What did the governor tell him about Evans? Now the secretary wanted to know if Evans was a violent sort of person. The governor told him that there was no record of violence. He was informed that Evans was quite a pleasant fellow, an amusing person. He was good at imitation and hence star at the Christmas concert. He suffered from the desire to steal and he had the disease from birth. So now these are some of the questions. Again, in the next video we can discuss some more questions. You should revise it and write it down in your notebooks. Thank you.